Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Bible Q&A. Today we're discussing, is the penitent thief in heaven? In Luke chapter 23 verses 32 to 43, Jesus was crucified with two criminals who were thieves according to Mark. One of them mocked him, but the other pointed out that though they had sinned, Christ had done nothing wrong. This thief asked the Son of Man to remember him when he set up his kingdom, and Christ replied, Verily I say unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise. Luke chapter 23 verse 43. The passage seems simple enough. Jesus told the man he'd be in paradise that day. The penitent thief became the first confirmed saint, meeting Jehovah before even the apostles did. However, if we go back in time to the writing of the stories and the stories themselves, we'll see that things are actually a lot more complicated. Before we can answer this question, we must remember that just because the comma is put before the word today doesn't prove that the Messiah invited the repentant criminal into heaven. The original Greek New Testament had little to no punctuation marks, and the commas and periods we see today were added centuries later by scribes, who translated the scriptures based on their own beliefs on the subject. Thus, we have to look at other verses in the Bible to ensure that they didn't make a mistake. One problem with this belief isn't that the penitent thief would be in heaven that day, it's that Jesus would join him. Comparing himself to the prophet Jonah, Christ said, For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. Matthew chapter 12 verse 40. Indeed, as shown by the end of Mark chapter 15 and the beginning of Mark chapter 16, 3 days had passed from Jesus' death to his resurrection. Thus, there is really only one way the two men could have gone to heaven on the day of their execution. Their immortal souls went into paradise that day, but Christ's body remained in the grave for 3 days and the penitent thief's body rotted. However, the Bible does not support this belief at all. When we die, we die. As the preacher said, For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything. Neither have they any more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 5. See also Psalms chapter 89 verse 48. Why would God talk about our inability to save our souls from death if they could never be killed in the first place? In fact, humans never had a separate soul to begin with. When creating humanity, Jehovah said, And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Genesis chapter 2 verse 7. Our bodies and souls are the same, as shown in Exodus chapter 1 verse 5. So Jesus and the thief couldn't have risen and left their bodies behind. Plus, the Bible makes it clear that entry into heaven is only for those who played a major role in furthering God's work. The saints, according to Luke chapter 22 verses 28 to 30. The thief, like everyone else, will remain on the earth, since there's no proof he did anything special to get into paradise, and Jesus never named him one of his saints, as he did to the 12 in Luke chapter 6 verses 12 to 13. As it was said in Psalms, But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Psalms chapter 37 verse 11. Also, if we were all going to heaven, why would the preacher say the earth would abide forever in Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 4? Why would David still be dead and buried in Acts chapter 2 verse 29? Why would the least person in heaven be greater than John the Baptist in Matthew chapter 11 verse 11? If these holy men couldn't meet Jehovah when Christ did, why would a criminal be able to? In reality, the only reason Jesus told the thief he would be going to paradise is because after he would defeat the wicked, the earth would pretty much be like paradise anyway. Describing our future, Jesus said, And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Revelation chapter 21 verse 4. If our lives will be perfect on earth, what is the point of going to heaven? Clearly then, it is evident that the penitent thief never went to heaven, let alone immediately. He went to the grave after he died, just like we all will. As the preacher said here, For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts, even one thing befalleth them. As the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man hath no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 19. Thus, we should make sure we read the whole Bible and not select verses, so we can gain the true reward that Jesus promised the penitent thief. And that is where I'm going to stop with this Bible Q&A. Is the penitent thief in heaven? No, because the soul doesn't leave the body after death, and because not everyone will go to heaven. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe.